a day in my life, it's waking up around 8 and then doing 25 push-ups to really wake up and start working on homework, right? And studying. So from like 8:30 to like 12, 1, I study, and then I take a break. So I eat, right? I have lunch, and after that, I have classes in the evening, so I had to start getting ready for it, right?
He just tries to inform himself every single day about like educational and professional stuff that concerns him.
He has grown so much. Comparing him to that freshman from Austin High School to the Jonathan he is now, oh my goodness.
I just need one opportunity, right? Like one company needs to give me an opportunity, and I'll take advantage and then go from that. Like after that, I don't ask for anything else. I just need that one chance. So I've lived in the East End pretty much most of my time here, but what I see is really bad is mostly in schools. Like we're not really informed, right, of the opportunities that are out there. So I think that's what really hits me.
I met Jonathan the end of his freshman year at Stephen F. Austin High School. I had set up a recruiting table in the cafeteria, and I was passing out candy to bribe the students to come our way. So I brought my mentors with me, and my mentors are a group of students that are currently enrolled at the University of Houston. So he approached the table with a group of guys. It was like maybe 3 or 4 of them, and they had a ball they were kicking around. He loves soccer, and I was like, guys, you should join our program. And then they were like, what is this? And I'm like, well, we're at a program from the University of Houston, and if you join us, we'll work with you your entire 3 years at Austin High School, and once you graduate, we'll give you a scholarship to go to the University of Houston. And surprisingly enough, Jonathan shows up to his interview, and I was like, oh, good. So I interviewed Jonathan, and he had that ganas that he wanted to go to school. He didn't know how. He didn't know what he needed to do or the steps to take. So he was just so anxious to learn everything and to get all of the information that I was giving to him.
Before that, I was a good student. I've always been good in math and science, but I didn't go above and beyond. You know, I would just do the bare minimum or the average to pass, right? To keep doing good. But then I got into the academic achievements program, and they're the ones that taught me what was GPA even. So I didn't know that before, and so they kind of showed me the possibilities that I had, right, to the opportunities that I have moving forward, and that kind of like really hit me. I was like, dude, there's all these opportunities, and I'm just here being average, right, when I could be so much more.
Financial odds, just not even knowing how he's going to pay for school. That's one of the biggest barriers. But also not having, you know, they're loving parents and they support, but he's a first gen, so a lot of times they don't know the process. They don't know how to help him fill out a FAFSA form. They don't know how to help him get the aid he needs.
Our parents are not, they didn't go to college here, right? So they didn't pursue higher education here. So we really don't have no one to go to. And Ms. Feli Aguilar was that person.
Gladly he had the program, like a good thing, a blessing. He had the program to help him, but that's what we tried to do, help all of these students that have odds against them, and that we help them overcome those odds and be successful.
My brother is like somewhat another parent for me, so he really pushes me to be better. Every time he goes to my room just to check on me, like, what are you doing? Are you doing your homework? Are you doing this and that? I'm like, yes, but like, it's more of he wants me to be better, and he like, I'm a Latina, and he really wants me to put that out there too.
I feel like my parents have sacrificed a lot for my sister and I, and because of that, it's what motivates me to keep working hard. I mean, I know like, it just sounds crazy to me thinking about it. Like, they just thinking about, okay, we need to move like to another country just to, in hopes of providing a better future for their kids. Every time I feel unmotivated or whatnot, I just think about that, about like what they've gone through, right, to put us in the position that we are, and that just like inspires me quick, right, and like gets me to do like everything that I plan and everything I need to do.
So one of the things our program does is we take alumni that have graduated from our program and are now working professionally around town, and we bring them to be guest speakers and to share their life stories.
Or like engineers, architects, and like to inform us of what's out there, right? And they were Hispanic, so it was even more encouraging, you know? I would see an engineer, like a Hispanic engineer, I hadn't seen one before, right? I was like, oh, this is how they look like.
One of the first guest speakers I took to Jonathan's cohort was a mechanical engineer. And he heard his story, and since then he was like, this is what I'm going to do. Ms. Felly, that will be me one day. And sure enough, he's worked hard and he's put in the work, and now he's a senior about to major in mechanical engineering.
When I told my parents that my school was going to be paid for, they didn't believe me. They wouldn't say it like that, like me, but they're like, that's tough. I mean, it's rare that you hear from like a kid from the East End getting a full ride, right? I'm not sure that actually hit them until I was actually in college, when it was like my first day, and like they knew that they hadn't paid anything, right? And they were like, oh, like this is real, it's happening.
And we're talking about all of my kids that come from Austin, come from low-income families, are always first in their family, typically the first in their family to attend college.
Strive to do my best because I know not a lot of people have the opportunities that I have, and so me giving my best is I'm doing it for everyone else, right? For like my Hispanic community. And I think that's something big that I always think about. It's always giving back to my community. I feel like there's we're really underrepresented in all industries, right? And like mostly in engineering for sure. And I think me putting in the work will, in hopes, motivate other people to kind of do the same. More Hispanics, right? The youth in my community, and that's what really drives me. I'm like, I mean, if I do really well, I think I will inspire other Hispanics to do well.
He inspires me to be better every day, especially because like he's a mechanical engineer and I'm also studying to be a mechanical engineer. So I also see like everything he does, and I would want to follow his footsteps and have the dedication and responsibility he has. I mean, he inspires me every day in every single way.
He has a bright future. I see him being a very successful engineer and working for one of his dream companies, which is in the automobile industry. And he has already interned at Toyota and at Tesla, and I just see nothing but brightness in his future. I am certain he's going to reach his dreams and get there.
I talk to my friends like where do we see each other like in 5-10 years, and I really don't know. I just know it's going to be better than now, right? And the 10 years after that will be better, because I would always try to improve as time goes.
Each year, as part of Houston Hispanic Month, the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Board members encourage the nominations of 5 individuals who have made a difference to make Houston a better place.
The honoree for this year's the Youth Activist Award is Yonatan Mascaro.
I believe it is necessary to give back to build a strong, thriving community. Thank you for this recognition.